So what is 3D printing? 3D printing is part of a process known as additive manufacturing. And what that is, in basic terms, is you have nothing. And then you make something by adding layers and 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 layers until it becomes something. What I'll do is I'll show you guys a small time lapse of me 3D printing something. In fact, what I'm going to 3D print is a little holder, wall mount for my Gavakenyo, which is now in tune. What also I'm going to do is show you guys a time lapse of me fixing my current 3D printer, fixing / upgrading. What I have here is a Lulzbot Task 4. The new Task 5 and Task 6s are out. But I found out from calling the people at Lulzbot that you could actually upgrade your Task 4 into a Task 5 by adding particular parts. And what we're going to add on today is that heated print bed I showed you guys last week if you were here, which you should have been here because you would have subscribed, and that's why you're here now. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys that process, and then I'll do, a few other things that you'll like more than likely. Okay, now let me answer a few of the questions that I've gotten in the past over 3D printing. Can I 3D print a car with my 3D printer? Technically, yes. I could 3D print parts of a car, but not an entire car. I can't use a 3D printer to make an engine. Well, I can't use my 3D printer to make an engine. Reason being is because my 3D printer only uses, it uses various plastics. This one in particular is called PLA, which is also known as polylactic acid. And that sounds like freaking toxic as hell, but it's not. It's actually made of sugarcane and cornstarch. It's very biodegradable. I could throw this outside and it will just dissolve over time. So it's cool. And it also smells really sweet when you print with it. Can I 3D print an iPhone or just some very complex piece of technology? I could 3D print the case for the iPhone or the shell of the iPhone, but I can't produce the screen and the electronics and all those other things in my 3D printer. You still need other forms of technology to make those. So 3D printers don't just make anything. What they essentially do, in basic terms, what they essentially do is they make the outside of things. Like, say if I wanted to make another Gavakenyo, correct? What I could do with my 3D printer, I can make the body of the the body of the Gavakenyo. I can make these parts and these parts and these parts, but I couldn't make the strings. So I'm hoping I'm explaining this correctly for you guys. What's another question? Oh yeah, can I 3D print an actual working gun? Yes. Would I? No, because it's freaking silly. And will I 3D print you a gun? No, that's dumb. Don't ask me those questions anymore. It's a stupid idea. It's freaking illegal. What are we doing here? So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you guys how to get a design from the internet or from your computer and to get it onto this 3D printer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this website called Thingiverse. Thingiverse is like a repository of designs that people have created that you could run through your 3D printer. Normally I would design my own design, but there's so many different wall mount guitar stands that people use, or guitar holders, or ukulele holders that people have used and have made. So there's really no point in me sitting around for 3 or 4 hours designing something and then waiting another 3 or 4 hours to print it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this website and show you guys around and show you what you have to do to actually get a design and put it on this thing here. Peace. Look how cool that shirt is though. Okay, so I've came to the website that I was talking about earlier, which is www.thingiverse.com. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in a ukulele and see what pops up. Okay, so this is what I want to actually 3D print. It's the ukulele hanger winged by Pumpkin Pie. Okay, as you can see here, it's a pretty cool design. Here's an actual 3D version of it right here. I mean, it's all 3D, but you know what I mean. So it's neat. Here's a picture of it holding up a ukulele. Sweet. So let me go here. I'm gonna go ahead and download the file, and let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna get the one that's not supported. What I believe it means by supported, I believe it's the extra support to actually hold up the ukulele. But I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with this one. This is a software that actually takes the file and it allows me to actually look at it and mess around with it and whatnot. The name of this program is Cura by Lulzbot. Well, it's a Cura Lulzbot edition. It just prepares the files for you, and it also allows you to change the size of things in here. And this is what you'll be pulling it through, especially if you're not designing whatever you're trying to 3D print, if you're just taking someone else's design, which is what I'm doing. Shout out to Pumpkin Pie again. Thanks a lot for this. And what it's going to do, it's going to convert this file, which is an STL file, to G-code so my 3D printer could read it. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go to save to G-code, custom file destination. Let's see here. Here's my external cart that I have. Put this in the music file. Okay, we'll save it here. Let that go through. Okay, so it's saying that it's gonna take 4 hours and 38 minutes. I already know for a fact it's gonna take longer than that. It's probably gonna take around the 5-hour point because for some reason Cura always gives me about 30 minutes to sometimes 3 hours off on my predicted times. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you next is me putting on the new heating bed and then a time lapse of the actual hanger 3D printing. As you can see, it's finished now. See that better angle I was telling you about. Okay, so it's about 5 hours later, so it's much darker, so sorry about the tint of the video, if you will. I've tested this with the Gavakenyo. It goes very well. So I need to find a place on my wall where I'm gonna hang this where it matches the rest of the surroundings. And then it won't be good. So like I said before, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me below. And next week, I'll give you guys an update on my playing of this thing and on how I'm doing with the jump rope deal. Anyway, peace.